So the people that can make the company more successful are sales and marketing people. And they end up running the companies. And the product people get driven out of the decision-making forums. And the companies forget what it means to make great products. Sort of the product sensibility and the product genius that brought them to that monopolistic position gets rotted out by people running these companies who have no conception of a good product versus a bad product. They have no conception of the craftsmanship that's required to take a good idea and turn it into a good product. And they really have no feeling in their hearts, usually, about wanting to really help the customers.
Gamefreak don't need to prove themselves. These games sell millions upon millions of copies with no signs of slowing down. Here's my vision though. I'd love for Pokemon to develop a serious story with actual merit. Really put a spin on things. To really spoil us. Could you imagine a Final Fantasy-esque story implemented? A world as big as Breath of the Wild's? As silly as that may sound, I mean, why not, right? They certainly have the money, and they most definitely have an eager cult fanbase willing to shell out money on a whim. Many would argue against that, saying, do you know how long that type of game would take to develop? Yeah, a long time. In fact, a very long time. Game Freak should, however, take notes from Breath of the Wild. That game took forever to come out, and the sequel just got delayed. But, you know, I kind of respect that they own it. They admit to their fans, look, we want to make the best possible product, but we're going to take as much time as we need. However, in the long run, when that game is released, I guarantee you it'll be a masterpiece. The title of this video may sound misleading, but I assure you, I want Pokemon to fail miserably. They gotta learn their lesson, and they gotta learn it the hard way. And the only way that's gonna happen is gonna be cutting into their profit margins. Some may ask, has that actually worked before? Yeah, numerous times in fact. Look at Nintendo themselves. The Wii U was an abysmal failure, but man did they play hardball. Some of the best Nintendo Directs aired at that time, and learning from their past failures, they released the Switch, an absolutely huge commercial success. Not satisfied? Okay, let's play a game here. Ever heard about the film The Black Cauldron? Believe it or not, this is actually a Disney movie. And the reason why you've probably never heard of it was because it performed horribly at the box office. During the 1980s, Disney was losing traction financially, getting beat out by other rival companies. And you know what happened next? The 90s rolled around and Disney had a renaissance period. Some of the most influential, impactful works of art was released during that time. And now, Disney is one of the biggest companies in the entire world. Let that sink in. Game Freak needs this wake-up call. They must step up to the plate to prove themselves once again, like they did back when Red and Blue was released. That goes for the anime adaptations as well. I want thought-provoking stories. It doesn't have to be berserk levels of quality, but it's gotta blow my socks off. Right now, that's just not gonna happen. They rush out these games to meet up with the merchandise, the anime, the card game, etc. Look, I get it. Money has to be made. Like I said earlier, these games rake in huge sums of money. I hate to say it, but if it's not broken, don't fix it, right? I will give some credit where credit is due. Legends Arceus was a good demonstration of what an open world Pokemon game can be, and we'll have to see what happens with Gen 9. However, it may not be now, it may not be within a year, a decade, but this laziness will catch up with them, and I cannot wait for that day.